So yeah, shall here with this particular news because I know this news is going to send a lot of shockwaves to Ghana for, especially more in the diaspora. Donald Trump is at it again, and I think so this time around, so our particular program where he's caned it, we should be seeing a lot of ripple effect, which means I don't know why you're the baby. Now, yeah, that's sorry, yeah, Trump now. I'm making order. We're signing what we call executive order. We increasing the price of H1B visa. H1B visa for starters, more money H1B visa no. A visa be a oko US and no any of the mouse and you can be employed into more juma in various companies like Amazon, Meta, Facebook, Starbucks no. Nisa visa now the be ye juma so when citizen a H1B visa. Now sa particular H1B visa no and no and a Ghana for immigrants ewa brochi and no and omu use it's more like your go-to to get a work to get a to stay there near the but now Donald Trump is caning that particular program. Now the US President Donald Trump was signing orders, order now or signing or signing says see no answer na ye be handle over H1B visa. Inti me and me wo crew my say and say be a Pinaxtv person employment. Pinaxtv will US, non person employment will US Pinaxtv more US, they will have to give me the employee, a friend is saying H1B visa. The contract no mo ni aka say be issue me H1B visa and na say US am one na me ejuma no me ne penas for and ejuma penas no American company no my employ me but now no before American company be a bit my employment no and in this case Pinaxtv be employ me amemo US no they will have to rake up $100,000 down no for man buy no. Now Trump is doing this because we believe he say amount for mu crew ebe fa in juma they take too many job opportunities. Ama one more Americans no omunye ejuma. Inte ejuma bi ameme kwa ye mam $2,000 a month ameje no. America ni no ono no $2,000 no enso no renti onche. Inte no eba ne sana many people are not getting their jobs and immigrants ye ejuma. But then before ebe trust yen kwhwe in summer US President Donald Trump odi tuja yeba. We look at how this is definitely going to affect Ghana. And now your president John Dramani Mahama I start say accept deportees now no you're 12 and that 40 we should be opening our arms because Ghana for be bripa and ebefi. I'm telling you Ghanaians are coming home. Yanko video way of what Trump said
Thank you, Mr. President. One of the most abused visa systems in our current immigration system has been the H1B non-immigrant visa program. This is supposed to allow highly skilled laborers who work in fields that Americans don't work in to come into the United States of America. What this proclamation will do is raise the fee that companies pay to sponsor H1B applicants to $100,000. This will ensure that the people they're bringing in are actually very highly skilled and that they're not replaceable by American workers. So it'll protect American workers, but ensure that companies have a pathway to hire truly extraordinary people and bring them to the United States to work.
We need workers. We need workers. We need great workers. And this pretty much ensures that that's what's going to happen. I think, Sean, you agree with that?
Well, they're $100,000 per year. So the whole idea is no more will these big tech companies or other big companies train foreign workers. They have to pay the government $100,000, then they have to pay the employee. So it's just not economic. If you're going to train somebody, you're going to train one of the recent graduates from one of the great universities across our land. Train Americans, stop bringing in people to take our jobs. That's the policy here, $100,000 a year for H1B visas, and all of the big companies are on board. We've spoken to them about the gold card.
They love it. They love it. They really love it. They need it.
So that is the remarks US President Donald Trump or the Tuja in regards to the cancelling, basically the appending of the H1B visa. Now, the H1B visa is not really cancelled, but then in literal sense, it has killed it, as someone posted on social media. Said Trump actions basically have killed the H1B visa. Now I'll explain certain things to you very soon, because before I met to us, I'd like to put this on the screen so that you will not really misinterpret it. Say the H1B visa is no more there. It is there. But then in literal terms, no, Trump's actions have just killed the H1B visa. H1B visa no ene ye o ticket a utimidi ye juma ewa bruchibem. See Trump say he is basically appending it. So first no employee US now employee per se or den or ma H1B visa and I say now oba US and our employer no obey issue H1B visa mawa and no sa no a car na wo just $1,000 it be quite less but now no Donald Trump increase the cost no akwa $100,000. So in literal terms no it won't be wise for any employer to keep you because say nipa no obe employer no say obe employer no be $200,000 masa any of the fact room for obitimi it obitimi nya workers be times 3. Remember says H1B visa and it's only valid for 3 years. Shall I say near so or say Trump just killed the H1B visa. Companies now have to pay $100,000 per year to bring foreign high-skilled workers to the US. This will dissuade them from doing so. Some jobs will be offshored. For Indian techies, the American dream just got killed. So Trump actions is here, no. To some people, no, Trump have just killed or killed the H1B visa. Now, for context, no, quickly, let's move on to BBC because BBC's contest basically explains exactly what is really happening here. And one of the things you episode when he say, in as much as here cancer and same way, we will also be putting certain graphs on the screen and also be seeing how this one is definitely going to affect Ghanaians in general, especially Ghanaians in diaspora. Or say, wait for BBC. Trump asks 100,000 fee for skilled worker visa applicants. What I say? I wish you could get the CNN on because CNN there a bit more detail. But then let's take the BBC there. I say, U.S. President Donald Trump have signed an executive order that will add $100,000 in literally 74,000 euros annual fee for applicants to the H1B visa program for skilled foreign workers. Trump order mentions abuse of the programs and will restrict entry unless payment is made. So, sena midi kankano. Me and me Ghana ICC person ko US. Na ebia company bi person employ me. Na ombetron krata ma mam dia kwa embassy. Say embassy company so mo employ me. Enye mo mam H1B visa mitimi kwa abruchi. Now that H1B visa no that company mo employ me me fi kroma say akwa abruchi no. That company will have to pay the government, in this case the United States government, $100,000 upfront. Now, let me break this down for you to understand. More cleaning services UK, US, and Canada no. Yen funny say while apply company be cleaning services and I say hospice and na ebi omafao. Now US the hospice company will have to pay $100,000 to the government before be figure na hakrako. Enkane no $500, $600 it be quite free, but now you have to pay $100,000. The money wouldn't come from you because if you have money, why would you go to Obi Mine? So the money will have to come from the company. So the company will say that because you have to pay $100,000, then we shouldn't employ him at all because nipa na all body employ no yamana months $1,000, $2,000. So why should we pay $100,000 every year for a worker? There be omonye. So I hope I broke it down for you. So critics have long argued that H1Bs undercuts the American workforce, while supporters, including billionaire Elon Musk, argued it allows the US to attract top talent from the world. In another order, Trump set up a new gold card to fast-track visas for certain immigrants in exchange for visa fees at 1 million euros. Trump's order is due to come into force on 21st of September. Trump's order is due to come into force on 21st of September 2025. It will only apply to new requests, but companies will have to pay same amount for each applicant for 6 years, U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said. So now they are saying, Trump executive order now are making on, and yes, be a chance here. And yes, next year, it is starting tomorrow, the 21st of September 2025, because it's not any 21st. Sisiano, cleaning service, apply US company, yes, bra, be foul. Now that company no more employer no bit me few chrome has say you have to pay $100,000. But then so what do application not to the Daniel amount H1B visa now so but after now apply and now you are in the process a bit account, especially if you are now about to apply. So this is exactly what is really going on now. Bobby bisuka krawa we are now for graphs be into screens no, so because this Charlie a Chrome Ghana yes, and for Trump to do us, Trump me main man, but for Trump to do us like this, Charlie, ye pa yen so or say since 2004 the H1B applications have capped at 85,000 per year. Into every year be a one more or more use sa H1B visa no, they get the opportunity to travel to the US no. In California 85,000 of which Ghanaians are part. Ghana for Bebre, they are holding H1B visa. Data from the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services (USCIS) shows that applications for H1B visas for the next year fiscal fell to about 359,000, a 4-year low. The greatest beneficiary of the program, the previous fiscal year was Amazon, followed by tech giants Tata, Microsoft, Meta, Apple and Google, all according to the government statistics. So now me can no sa H1B visa and companies aya omo person omo use super, they like to use it a lot. And yes, our tech companies no, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Google. Oh you be our yes our IT ejuma we are. One of the things you realize is that if you are issue out free and I say, oh yeah, no more test here. Edi no share India ni Mujba Abraham India ni. Ebi no more fraud so or kasa. Hello, sir. Can I speak to Indian voice? So most of these companies take these Indian companies and are Indian people to work for them. Niya more low wage because bro ni no. Oh man, $5,000 on your sale call center jumano. But offer India ni and offer bibini to send me a. Oh man, $1,000 will be okay. A also because me this kind of coffee I could see dying. So what I say, and now they are caning that things. Okay, before I would be a no, pay you the company have to pay $100,000 to the U.S. government, and this in turn, it is what is going to kill the H1B visa. Me no can say and Ghana and Kwana ebe face. It was a Ghana is a ripple effect. It's Indian for number 1, China number 2, Mexico, so the ripple effects down there Ghana. I just say this time the SNMD can go US it is going to be extremely difficult, especially on for our application into Muya. And the funny thing is, more hoswa ye be renew no because H1B visa no so our brocha you should know exactly what I'm talking about. Usually validity 3 years. Okay, into 3 years no expire. Now, kwako renewer, now you're citizen. Your employee will have to pay the government $100,000 US. So employee no so nya says kana na ese kwame ajo. Either so be page man foforo. Ana obedi atete e wo krom ho. Ana be move to a state immigrant friendly. Ati I say in US a friend sanctuary cities. No a protect immigrants. And now say uti anye ye so mu say twetwe ene oba be kan akoyo ya adanko podcast mire finidi a friend is akoyo ya adanko podcast mire finidi oba be kan no ho. What you say ane oba be kan no. So that is exactly what is really going on. Now you have some few graphs be into screens no so na yen twaso because me no ka say Indian government omubu fu ye pa because sa H1B visa no India for they are very good in tech and no na ebo mo now their country is shaking. I'm a prime minister no kra no or the friend is saying or the state or the press statement be aba. But then as I told you your graphs be because I want to make everything so clear for you. Now at the end of the day more I'm share you can know exactly what to do. So minim how I'll be here say be I'll be show ye you fast track you and as we move it to another state, especially US so if we into screens no so this graph shows one more the beneficiary of the H1B visa. So if you look closely on the screens, you see say the biggest beneficiary here in this case which makes up 72.6% India. Every year be India for the 320,000 people echo US on the H1B visa. And I say issue H1B visas to India. India phone issue H1B visas to them. 320,000. Followed by China. China for 55,000. Okay, one more issue H1B visa. Remember, so these are huge numbers. So somewhere Ghana so count, and some Canada, Korea, Philippines, they make up a year 0.9% near that. But Africans also account. This is in talking about the Europe and one more Asia and Europe. This is their graph. Now, we are no so few graph we soon two screens no so. Companies higher tech companies higher H1B visa applicants. So do na any screens so. It was a summary. Top H1B flyers and impact. So the companies may find from the top, usually from the far left, Amazon, Infosys, Cognizant, TCS, Microsoft, Meta platforms which include Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and WhatsApp. Apple companies, and banks like JT Morgan and Citi, and Wire Pro. So these are the major companies and I will share other immigrants who are US or face and let's know from Mexico, Puerto Ricans, Indian, Chinese, Filipinos. So these are the people more US, the number of immigrants are more US and looking at their population. Into Mexico, for 11 million Mexicans in US. Followed by Puerto Ricans, only 3 million. Followed by India, only 2 million. Into a bad down somewhere 40 something. Most Ghana for say Ghana for more US, almost cover 300,000 or 400,000, almost 500,000 adults per year. And most of them are holding this H1B visa. A big great teachers, what I say, a BA teachers. So you should see the impact. And it is so scary because then I'll share what I see. If we into screen, so I'll say Trump to add 100,000 fee for skilled worker visa applicants, and we know it's very soon unskilled. So so this is exactly what is really going. These are the platforms or more rely more on the H1B visa, the skilled one, no any other unskilled. So unskilled and also will be definitely impacted. I just say statements grab in regards with the restrictions Indian for Akasa. It is you could see very well say India is really not happy about this because more GDP and most of it comes from the US. When you move on to the next issue, India is absolutely right to call this out. Trump loves shouting howdy Modi on stage, but when it comes to real policy, he's busy slamming Indian families with 100,000 ransom and H1B visas. 71% of H1B visa holders are Indians. These are the same people who keep the Silicon Valley alive, run American hospitals, and pay billions in US taxes. Without them, the so-called American dream collapses. This isn't policy, it's extortion and hypocrisy. Trump calls Indian votes with photo ops, then stab Indians in the back with rules that tear them apart or tear families apart. India calling this a humanitarian crisis is just a start. Washington better wake up before it loses the very talent that makes America great again. So many countries, including the Prime Minister of India, Modi, who recently came to Ghana, they are all speaking against this, okay? They are all speaking against this, and they are not really, and the word really crying, they are not happy about the situation. They are not happy about the situation. What am I saying? They are not really happy about the situation. So that is exactly what is really going on among oneself. We'll be moving on to the next update. But let us pause for a moment. Some of them comment. You read them comments. We are near to us. All right. So very soon, you can drop your comments in what you think about all of these things at air course. So Trump killing the H1B visa. You also learning said unskilled. More unskilled, and also and also let's talk about this. More air condition, money companies, well done. Most of you guys rely on the H1B visa. So it's definitely going to affect all of you. These policies, what do you think about it? Even though Trump has signed, I was getting information say some people will take him to court. Into the courts are the whole process will have to play out in court. It's a bit taking months. Inti months ne be take before a baby case no say Trump we ni kra na wo ye wild I'll bit my den edidim. So these are the basic things that air course so say you could see clearly say there are big issues, and definitely people are reacting to this in more ways, such as say in some air course no ebini. All right, so your best comments ni be we are near in some for so because we need to know exactly what you think about all of this whole H1B visa Ghana for more bridge. What do you make of this? Do you think this is going to fly? Do you also think say this will one way or the other impact or affect you? These are questions a man for be bisa, and at the end of the day, we need to know what do you think about this? My drink share concerning this particular issue. Na we are so in so right here on this particular platform. All right, so we'll be jumping on to the next updates definitely on this particular platform, because in Sembibri I was say when we come back to share some of the comments and what they back. I would like to get some of the views from one Ghana for more in the diaspora concerning this particular issue, the H1B visa. Minoka say ya cancel. So straight up, let's move on to other matters. Now, the MPP, the New Patriotic Party, is basically pissed off. Minoka say a stage demonstration say Iyoko, Ghana Police, the National Security. With the recent arrest of Mumeki, none of them make sense. According to the MPP, in this particular video, our stage a demonstration, we a press conference. Beginning of this year, they arrested a lot of people. Reverend in Team Fojo, Abronye. When you arrest ya, arrest TikTok for it escapes you. And according to them, these issues and yet a abuse of power. Now, one of the things they did cited. Personally, and I was very much, I was like, hey, MPP communications here now. So, say Shatawale's Iyoko arrest was unnecessary, because if Iyoko is saying, say, Lamborghini na Shatawale dieno, and is stolen her, it is not in Iyoko's duty to investigate or move on with the matter. It is the duty of the US company and FBI to do their own investigation. But regardless, what really went on, and almost investigate a press release on the buyer. They are saying say whatever is going on, abuse of power, and then they are calling on the Peace Council. They are calling on everybody. Humanitarian crisis. They decided a lot of things. Now, share exactly what went on and what they are also saying here. So.
Kept for about 24 hours. Then they did their thing to Shatawale too. It was this miscarriage of justice, arbitrariness, selective application of the law, selective justice is gaining roots in Ghana. That if we do not talk about it, if we do not act against it, and it takes center root, my friends, my colleagues, I'll remember you. Let me remind you the parable of when they came for the socialist. I didn't say anything because I was not a socialist. When they came for the trade unionist, I didn't say anything because I am not a trade unionist. When they came for the Jews, I didn't say anything because I'm not a Jew. When they came for me, complete it. When they finish with MPP people, they will come for you. And let me show you that it will happen. Recently, one of Ghana's biggest music acts, undoubtedly, the biggest musical brand in Ghana, Shatawale.
SM for life. SM for life.
Was arrested by Yoko and kept for about 24 hours. Then they did their thing to Shatawale too. He was given bail of 10 million Ghana cedis. very condition to punish. Let me tell you, when they started these unreasonable bail conditions and we started speaking against it, maybe people thought that it is because they are NPP people. No. I repeat, it is on the point of principle. And that is why I went to support Shatawale, to show my dislike, my disgust, my angst towards the unreasonable bail conditions that they have been putting on people. This miscarriage of justice, arbitrariness, selective application of the law, selective justice is gaining roots in Ghana. That if we do not talk about it, if we do not act against it, and it takes center root, my friends, my colleagues, I'll remember you, let me remind you the parable of when they came for the socialist. I didn't say anything because I was not a socialist. When they came for the trade unionist, I didn't say anything because I am not a trade unionist. When they came for the Jews, I didn't say anything because I'm not a Jew. When they came for me, complete it. When they finish with MPP people, they will come for you. And let me show you that it will happen. Recently, one of Ghana's biggest music acts, undoubtedly, the biggest musical brand in Ghana, Shatawale. Pam, 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 pam.
SM for life. SM for life.
Was arrested by Yoko and kept for about 24 hours. Then they did their thing to Shatawale too. He was given bail of 10 million Ghana cedis.
It's very condition to punish.
Let me tell you, when they started this unreasonable bail.
Okay. So that is what MPP is saying. Sir, nkofo ne ye chi omo. Okay. Number one, they have issues with it. Number two, you bet you obi to say Kofi Akpalu. Okay, yes, see investigation, contractual nyema be. No problem. You be jawako, ebe ma bill. Bill na hin 10 million Ghana cedis. I mean, I'm more need 500,000. I don't even have 100,000. I don't even have 10,000 cedis in my account. So imagine say they've come for someone like me. Now, aside from that, they want you to have a landed property in your name. One of the conditions, apart from say, you have to have 10 million Ghana cedis, and I want more baby, and also more have 10 million Ghana cedis in the account. You, the person, too. Now, property be the property has to be in your name over 1 million cedis or so. And then people before patch said no, it doesn't make sense. Now, I can quote you or say some years ago, be cancel. Me translate what trim say about betimasiye. You be fa fufura man cash because me fufura. You be fa baba man cash because me yibiti on the shop. You be fa teacher nino man cash because teacher nino me ni ntifie. You be fa sofo man cash because sofo na me nkona sorry. And you be fa me. Inti according to a year papa any MPP for mudi in she one yes say say the enkofo ye abuse of power. On person ka Ghana for your casa bo yim. And also there's a plan for Mahama to turn Ghana into a Burkina Faso like. And nutin si etima Shatawale and ye mi kojo bonsu mene wine. And ye yes and ye ko. Regardless to other people too are the view say e kroma yeti. Shatawale ya mo kana asem say ya chini. Mo chi Shatawale over 5 times. Baku yesu obotuo. Baku yesi okase ye kidnapping no. Baku ose obebo sophobia asum. Bebre plenty. But now the same people are saying say boy, mon show Ghana for look at what is really happening. So definitely these are things that are very questionable, but then MPP for a believe say as it stands now, no, they have every right to what kind of demonstrate or mekasa amagana for. So that is exactly what is really going on. Esidin Ketia, we told you about an update. Say Esidin Ketia is planning, or perhaps, or yes, thank you tour. Now, thank you tour now, or and to some people, it is not really a thank you tour, a presidential, if anything, campaign video. Now, we showed you certain videos. Esidin Ketia, say no, or mock-up video ne as a trailer neighbor now. Say he's preparing to launch his bid to be the candidate of the National Democratic Congress going into the 2028 elections. But then moving around now all year, or say a thank you to our Oyama MPP, and the party elders are saying they kind of know Omunim say a thank you to our all year. Now, fast track to now, no. Obi I reacted. Nipa I reacted Martin people. Martin people are reacting to this, okay? Because people are questioning, say, okay, let's talk about Esidin Ketia. Esidin Ketia, is he a presidential? Can he win? What are his chances? Nipa ordinary mwababe to sanse me Martin people. And Martin people akasa bebre because the same person I was seeing Toma Mahama, Toma Mahama winning, you know. He had this to say about Esidin Ketia. You could see somebody to Jayaba. We will definitely get into more details.
Martin, I'll give you the last word. Do you think Esidin Ketia can become president of Ghana?
That's a very big one.
Oh, could you?
Yeah.
I thought I'd save the best for last.
You see, let's go this way. Scientific. Yeah, let's be scientific about it. Yes, it's possible president because the NDC still has a lot of goodwill, right? If you look at the difference between the votes garnered by John Mahama and Mahmoud Bawumia, it's over 1.6 million votes, right? So because of that goodwill, in our political history, it looks like it's impossible to wipe away 1.6 million votes in one electoral cycle. That's to say in the next 4 years. So to that extent, Esidin Ketia, if he wins the primaries, he can, because that means that the whole party machinery and even John Mahama himself will now come behind him. Yes. So that one is easy. I think, and I see that your question is easier. I think my mind was on the primaries. Yes, because the primaries is what
the issue is.
But as for the national one, when they finish winning, I think, because it's first past the post 50+1, he can scrape through. And look, let's be blunt. Okay, I don't run away from this fact. The main thing, the elephant in the room is that when it comes to optics, generally, speaking bluntly, the issue is that, Esidin Ketia doesn't usually look the part. Okay? Yes, that's speaking bluntly. So that's where it is. But I'm sure it can be managed because then we'll look beyond optics. People have said it several times that Akufo-Addo came with back in the end. With his this, you say we shouldn't say slangs. You said that
say it right.
Say it right. Yes, listen to you. Yeah, we all heard when Akufo-Addo was coming. Hey, so Otibrofo. Hey, the man he gets swag. Where did we land? We end up the West President corruption, this Prez, freedom, all the indices, economy, everything we tanked. So it means that there will come a time where we may have to look beyond the optics. Yes. And there's this video, maybe viewers can go online and see where Rollins stated. As I said, look, it's good we are blunt so that maybe we will get to the bottom. Rollins said, Esidin Ketia looks good, in terms of on the ground, but yes, that's what Rollins said. He said, but I'm sure with time, if the party says yes, he should go, that can be done.
Doesn't matter that his competitors, the other people who we know are interested, are not doing this. They are busy working. They are in the office. They are doing their job.
They are also doing keep fit clubs. Look, let's be blunt once again.
But
His
main keep fit club on the weekend. We all do it. It doesn't stop us from doing our job. But thank you, Tor. of the whole country, funded by nobody knows. That's different, isn't it?
The value is the same. For me, I think they are all, putting themselves in a kind of a pole position to win. Yes, they are jostling for the attention of the delegates.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Martin.
Yeah, but people edit too job. Now, let me break it down. Here we share some few comments, then move on to the next story. Martin, people a patch say they ask, okay, Adena, if anything, I say a sitting kitia or your presidential campaign now. Or say thank you. Don't also obia yebi. And I think that part is right. Why? Because Northern regions is here. I think that the beginning of this week going on, not Harry Naidusu was there. Now Harry Naidusu share ni subain any ni poster na, and it's like I'm for the people and by the into obia try say or be projecting in a way into Harry Naidusu is using his position as a minister of education. Look at the reforms, and for the people. Now, in drag video, who you on say you obia abofribia senadrin kakra. Those children almost say the friend is there's a word for it. Where the abofribia I say you see swatonos I say na or yen who some way be there's a word for it. Forgive me if I don't get it. Now it is on this time bofrane kasa. Some before now some way funny the act weird near the adeno sabe pepe. Now it is only a bit more den kasa and on like it was on a friendly time and it is giving the poster. I said this man is for the people. Then let's come to Julius Debra. And now me know because Julius Debra is trending on Twitter. Why? Because every week they are or your friend is a keep fit club or movie along or rallying Crawford no or money nam and no more Madina. So no Julius Debra only ministerial position, but in the position now or one chief of staff. So he's also doing something around it. And the others, they can also almost more yeah. But see, I didn't get a party chairman. He's not at the flat staff house. He's not an MP. He's not a minister. How can he show his competence? And Mamiya, thank you too. Let me do a thank you talk. So I understand what people on that particular front say. That is exactly what is really happening. But that same vein, in that same vein, people are saying, say Martin Kpebu a hypocrite. Yeah. Or a big time hypocrite. Because me who comment on social media and I'm saying, baby Eduni. Now let's put this on the screens. With Abdul Raf Ibrahim or say time is exposing the hypocrites. Today, Martin Kpebu has no problem with a Sedin Ketia who will be 71 by 2028. Contesting the president, but is who will be 71 by 2028. Contesting for president, but is against Dr. Bawumia, who will be 65 by then. So now no Martin Kpebu ko TV3 and they are lining all the candidates. Only a book in Japan, okay in Japan, only businessman, but only clean sa, nenum kasa, only qualified. Near Babrani Champion, Sneet Hotels, ye film. Ni if you only qualify. Ni aba professor ya we do or you okay kakra but only charisma ni if you Bawumia the track record and also by 2028 to be 65 Ghanaians don't want an old person in if you. So clearly our purchasers see this same Martin Kpebu disqualified Bawumia on the premise said he will be 65 years by 2028. Okay, if we should contest 2028 and he fails, which means in the next 4 years, Bawumia will be 69. That is less than the age of Esedin Ketia in 2028. Who is Esedin Ketia will be 71 in 2028. Bawumia will be 69 in 2032. In 2032. So in 2032, Esedin Ketia so contest nebia or daso tiasia. Ana Nyankopon boni nyina daso tiasia. Sorry for that word. He is saying Ketia will be 75. So compare 75 to 69. Like that is a vast difference. I say Dr. Bawumia will surely become the president of this country come 2025. Come 2020 2025 or 2025. I'm just an opposite or 2028. And opposti, they will be posted as Martin Kpebu Dr. Bawumia will be 65 years in 2028. And we don't want old men to rule us again. Martin Kpebu again. The saying Ketia's only problem is his looks. But he could be president in 2028. Hey, this life, inside this life. But Osha comments, no swa. Some of the comments. that came afterwards, people were definitely reacting to this in their own way. I wish I could play 1 or 2 videos, but then because of time, we'll go on to the next. Oh, share the idea 2 screens. So I'll say, with Daniel Edmond Yameche, or see you are shallow masses. What Martin Pebu is saying is simple. Johnson is saying Ketia can perform better as a president than Baumia, the younger one. Baumia as a young man lacks smartness and intelligence to lead. He is right. Ask yourself between General Mosquito and Baumia, choose. So already, people are contesting. Like MPP for this for the CAD. We are for Baumia, we are for Sedin Ketia. We decided what cover session way. Abdul Raf Ibrahim says, stop smoking, it's not good for your brain. And now, Baumia 2024 says, Martin Pebu, the book thief, should get ready to cry more when Dr. Baumia becomes the president of Ghana. And now, Abdul Sambetro says, God will do it for Dr. Baumia. So, there is a misback here. Party A, section A say, oh, it's good. Section B say, oh, it's good. So, yeah. But then yes, Uncle T, his sema is Ketia. Sorry, Martin Pebu Sandy Tuja, Babaka. Near moving on to the next update. Which the next update the Bremono has to do with Equiaphobia or Mokrum ha. They are crying some Mahama and Bebomo. First need tomatoes. CCIM.
Martin, I'll give you the last word. Do you think Asidun Ketia can become president of Ghana?
That's a very big one.
Oh, could you?
Yeah.
This one there.
I thought I'd save the best for last.
This one. You see, let's go this way. Scientific. Yeah, let's be scientific about it. Yes, it's possible, okay, for him to become president because, the NDC still has a lot of goodwill, right? If you look at
So that was it. Now let's move on to this particular issue. What you are seeing on the screens, careful. Yeah, that's sorry, yeah. These people and I am my money sisters near no. Omu kasa omu de plea and a chelpa akoma the president of Ghana. Now recently, is it Asante Achim North MP? Or the Adesiade bi ekoto Mahama nim or your video say. The Kriafo no more the constituency no they've grown in toes, but be on top. Inti Mahama mbebo na Mahama's school feeding or they should go and absorb it. So a Kriafo hu no say yeti ha yamui yamfa nkwa Accra ana yamma obi ambeto ana yamfa nkwa market obi anto. Enu nti na de ne ebeye. And say any so yeah fine cry enkoma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and that is exactly what they've done. Personally, I wish I had money and commit to absorb all the rice, process it, and sell it. Now, enko tie in sama ye mami yimu omudi tuja ye betwaso.
Na ya papa Mahama yes raw. Ya pa ucha ya dia yes raw. Wadan kwanta mai. Ya megu school. Everyone else in training. Everyone vas. Edibisu kwa access. Sabra ya me no kase. Who be be school? Hwemu aguha. Eba ya dawie. Ya mo na afo nya se ne boarding. Hwemu asuminu yen. We ya asuni nyina ya 1.6. Fufu amona afo. Ati Mahama ya slow. Ana ya di kwato dagu form. Ya di kwato dagu form. Ya di kwato dagu form. Mahama bua ya wai. Bako kwa mapalai. Ya mapalai.
So yes, honestly, I think Bahama should do something about this. These are people omugi ejuma, minim so bia ye ejuma, but then eduane die eya dia we need it. The reason why America say Mama embrace money is because the school feeding program na we need food every day. Now I know said this rice ebi owa na there are issues with it. Ebi obeka so enye perfume enyi baako no problem. Senye perfume enyi baako we can still refine it or do something about it. Now far from that, you can see refine it enye bibi about it. One of the things too that we can do as a people is so simple. Say emutuo rice water nti si yen use emo no na ye fa nye yen to emo na ye fa nye jollof ne ade ma enuanu mo SHS bitimi dey rice water bitimi dey emutuo because those food too are also on the menu. Do you get what I'm saying? So I personally, I'm also pleading with the President of the Republic of Ghana. Say, I'm adding my voice. Onye bibi mfa ho na yenuanom ene ye maame mo sebi omanko bokro no debi omanko bokro no enye it is na bibi ayede esi. So that is exactly what is really going on. But we be on here shifted to the Sedin Ketia case again because now there are calls for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to start the procurement and also investigation of Yefenisen, Dr. Baumia. Now, one of the things you also notice that recently discussion be koso, and I would be to just see we asante hima ni ye ni pe nipa ye kono so Dr. Baumia. Yenko ti in same way yeba to us.
And John read Luke chapter 19 verse 8. So Bible one Jack can come at your na mama ka story ntro papa bi no etie pa papa no so then o etie pa yes na papa obonko fepo o de adwuma mana o dizi ho of economic disease o zaye tam o sika tam o sika nye tam na agin kokro ni fie akọ ni fie papa onye nnuhun me try as often achepa. The meaning of achapad. Most said there, eche mazano yen. Ona makasem yo. Pepe, onwa jinko se razi. Masrao. Mecha major pezi me bien. Na maze farmers are me hiafo. Because the Japan no nyanya nkofu gofu won sika no we ozin the major person. O say there, net sika no offend nti hiafo adoso. Because sika ncho se do konkofu one obano ho nti o mankofu ye hiafo just major person meche me bia na mazefa am hiafo na obi bia so ambo na epo megi ni sika mo fa kono bo na megi ni sika no mazini sika mazina man mbo anan 4 times so you one cedi obamo 4 cedis our Luke chapter 19 verse 8 nto chede oyo onu na o say ma mewie nyina na gino back Ghana for you apology from Dr. Baumia.
Ghana for apology from
we don't need apology from him.
Why?
We need accountability. We need answers to certain questions. Questions like, Onyesika wa info nokoto 300 pickups or to support the MPP campaign, or your vice president, or your businessman. Onyesika wa him.
Oh, but people could have sponsored him.
Onyesika wa him.
That's what we wait to sponsor.
Say, there. I account for every CDA in a vice president. At that time, he was the vice president. So you account for Obi Piano or sponsor Obia, Siko's mom. You need to account for all what source now.
Uncle Ebo.
Prof.
Uncle Ebo.
Nkasa.
I mean, can't you say, your man penny what is to see? And two fees say, on Susika. Or the end campaign in and also accounted for.
Oh man, pay no. Mr. Mama, what about catch out there? The pickups was the end is down or try. What about catch out? What about catch out? You know, no master more. Share. This country, we are funny people. Obi, what be vice president? No salary will not depend on. No see, me too. Me raise Sika. Also son. In the history of the party, no, Sika will be the other way raised. No, we're to what 300 pickups. Navarre, no. Prof, Mama come answer. Navarre pickup. A crew one cost about $60,000. 4 times 300. So people say no 4 times. No, on Chile, baby, the Mexican. Because I mean, Mr. Hey, most suspicion in there. Them. Nkofo wa chichi won e fan no sorry won asama ba fan no we could discuss wa ha wa bobo we wa ha e fan wa nkofo nti yen ko hwehwe de ebia na me kama asama o ebia na there was a linkage because NPA asama wo ho national service asama wo ho dem nkofo nya so nkofo
now we are there who say nkofo how do you know know? How do you know the relationship?
Montreal Ghana for one argument as a middle. Sure. So young bit Eco America. Let's say a presidential candidate. Let's say a fundraising to support your campaign. And let's Sikana Ajejeno. And to account for even $1 ebeko jail. Sikana was the man on first, you account for the sika. Two, nyende ezinu mukrumpo ezi ya wankasa hu bibi into muto laptop mpo omni use as your personal laptop. It's a democracy. Let's say if America as an example. This time, if America as an example, Dr. Baumia, in fact, I'm in the process together with a few people. We are sending a formal complaint to the special prosecutor. To investigate him.
Safo, Bacho, you are sending what?
In fact, we are in the process
of sending what?
I'm 10 years.
Yes.
Solono Usu. Lawyer Pierre Dankwa. In fact, we've drafted even our complaint already.
To where?
Yerko, special prosecutor. There's young complaints, look what there. On investigate Dr. Baumia, a corner of a door to 300 pickups. That are going to be easy. On your bone and cuts pickups are a corner bow. Oh, yes, you come here.
So that was it. In Sema, so I just said the petition will hit hard. But straight up, young call to our last update. Nifin CRC. KIA to undertake 4 major infrastructure upgrades to enhance operational capacity. Breaking news to our air ballon, it is coming in regards to Ghana's Kutuka International Airport. And we are learning, say, Terminal 3, our president is CNO. I check. It's been 8 years. It needs infrastructure. They be a Ghana, no, you see, we don't have a maintenance culture. And you know, you see, it's more than 100 years, not painting. Mahama said he still wants to maintain the fact, say, the Ghana's Kutuka International Airport, no, any standardized, any fair, any modern. Let it be the best in Africa. You team the 2 year home for. But before I baby trust though, Papa B, Echo JFK, a year Udu New Yorker. Now, Ura Airport, no say airports we need Terminal 3 different. So me and show video about quickly.
My bedroom New York, my bedroom New York. No New York is here. No JFK. Once my bedroom. Mahama. Philly. Me do be Terminal 3 or Ghana. F10 JFK or US. Hey Mama, why are they? Why are champion salute too? Salute too. My bedroom New York, my bedroom New York. No New York is here. No JFK. Once my bedroom.
Okay, so apart say even JFK no one. Or shut Terminal 3 Ghana a first JFK. Now, Yanko City News. Now, let's start off here. Or say, KIA to undertake 4 major infrastructure upgrades to enhance operational capacity. So, we are confirming, say, these upgrades na bekoso, and they want to upgrade infrastructure, acquire, send a hot tier, and you be upgrading. The Kutuka International Airport is set for a major transformation as the Ghana Airports Company Limited rolls out 4 flagship infrastructure projects to enhance capacity, efficiency, and passenger experience. The upgrades come as passenger traffic and aircraft movement continue to rise, with the airport now served by 24 international airlines. So they are saying, say, now also mubiem, once the airport they need to utilize it in any terminal 1 to 3, terminal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and because you see, companies and airlines will use to can A24. The project will not only ease congestion but also align with the country's ambition to position KIA as a leading aviation hub in West Africa. So the whole idea, according to them, is to make Kutuka International Airport the number 1 in Africa, and also repurposing of Terminal 2. One of the projects to be undertaken in the redevelopment of Terminal 2 is to serve both domestic and international travelers. The upgrade includes a redesigned meeters and greeters area, expand commercial square, and new restaurants to ease pressure on Terminal 3 during peak periods. This year, I see Terminal 2, so you be increasing. Now, the restaurants near the BB Aobe Park car meter areas, they be a breakdown of how it is, and the screens no so. construction of a multi-story car park. To complement this, a multi-story car park will be constructed at Terminal 3 to increase the capacity from 513 vehicles to 2,000. The development will also integrate retail and hotel facilities, directly supporting government's 24-hour economic policy by creating round-clock jobs in construction, car park and management and hospitality. An alternate parking space nearby will be provided during the construction. Once completed, this project will not only expand capacity and improve traffic circulation, but also generate round the clock jobs from construction to car park operation and hotel services, bringing the 24-hour economy policy to the KI. So they are saying, in all of these things, no yebabe expanded, no more expanded na restaurants, food chain, construction na be koso ho. Inti any ye 24/7. Inti car parks no ebe serve, restaurants ebe serve, hotels ebe serve, next 24-hour economy no amasha asiano. Reconnecting concourse between terminals 2 and 3. KIA will see the construction of a connecting concourse between terminals 2 and 3, redesigned to reduce transfer times and improve passenger flow. Currently, passengers moving between terminals must either walk outdoors or take a vehicle. The concourse will feature commercial outlets, boarding bridges, lounges, escalators, and travelators, bringing KIA in line with global best practices. So people moving from terminal 2 to terminal 3, I just want a car. It's a 190, and I just 190. See, I know your baby beer. Ebi outri mu ane no ade woko ana travelators ebi obi gina wane no ade wako ana se bia boarding bridges obi gina bridges ne so na say ede wako, you don't have to walk. Yensha last one or say runway overlay project. Already work has commenced on rehabilitating the main KIA runway. The project will enhance surface quality, extend the runway service life, and ensure continued compliance with international safety standards. The upgrades include widening the runway from 45 meters to 60 meters and installing modern LED aeronautical ground lighting to enhance operational safety and efficiency. Once completed in the next 2 to 5 years, these projects are expected to deliver a world-class travel experience, drive aviation-led growth, and reinforce the reputation of KIA as a competitor regional hub. So one of the things I'm going to say lighting system any bar na plane increasing they'll be using modern lights and modern standards. So a whole lot of things and because clearly you could see clearly say this is one of the things which is included in the big push. Now Mekai will say the Kutuka Kumasi Accra highway so we are learning say they are come to construct a new Kumasi to Accra and Accra to Kumasi road. And it is different from the existing one and also be a different route. Almost say it is scheduled to be completed in 2 years. So this basically shows Mahama administration is doing a lot in terms of the whole thing so construction any idea clearly so that is it. But before you best sorry so now this particular man also or the Simbia Tuja basically he's talking about the whole agenda, the big push agenda, and how he believes this whole big push initiative it is something that at the end of the day, So let's just take a sip at this particular video. When we come back, we will definitely get into more details.
To the why, you guys should be thankful and happy that Dr. Bawumia is not your president.
If you give me 1,000 interchanges and a Ghana card, I'll choose the Ghana card because there's more numbers.
And now let's listen to the why. You guys should always pray. Be grateful and happy that John Dramani Mahama is your president. Now let's watch and listen.
Every region is going to benefit from its share of the Big Push programs. Now, somebody will ask, what's the criteria for choosing those projects? Our first priority was to take roads that connect one regional capital to another. We believe that it should be easy for people to travel from one capital to another capital. So it should be easy for people to travel from Accra to the capital of the Volta region. It should be easy for people to travel from Accra to the capital of the Cape Coast Central region. It should be easy for people to travel from the Upper West capital, Wa, to the Upper East capital, Bolgatanga. So that was our first priority. Then our second priority was to select roads that link district to district. We have 261 districts in Ghana. And so we believe that districts that are adjoining should have good roads linking their district capitals to each other. Then the third priority was to give priority to food producing areas and industrial manufacturing areas. So we selected all the food growing areas, major food growing areas in the country, and we looked at the roads in those areas and we targeted them and added them to the big push. So that has been the criteria with which we have selected the roads. Today, salt cutting is the first, but we're going to cut salt in 5 different areas to mark the start of the whole Big Push program. And so today, the people of Afinia, Dawenya, Dodowa, you are making history by being first to kick off the whole Big Push program.